What's up, magical beings? So I want to make a video just about this energy we are moving through right now, because it's a big transition phase, transitory energy that we're in. And yeah, it feels like things are slowing down a lot. And you know, it's the year of the fire horse. I feel like this is the horse resting before it goes on its journey. So I think that it's important to remember that if it feels like nothing's moving right now, it doesn't actually mean nothing's moving. I think there's a lot of internal changes going on within us all. Our systems are recalibrating to what's changing collectively, how that's impacting our individual inner worlds. And then, yeah, how we actually work with these changes. But, you know, as humans, we're so used to only seeing value, or only seeing kind of like, oh, it's only good if there's a lot of change in the external and things are moving quickly externally. So like, you know, your physical life, and we're seeing the results happening. So we need to kind of retrain ourselves that even when there's not a lot changing externally, it's because the inner changes, our system is recalibrating before the external changes can take place. And that can feel uncomfortable in a society where we're so used to everything happening very fast. And we've kind of been brainwashed into believing that things should happen fast. But if we look at nature and we learn from nature, we realize that there's a season for everything. And yeah, nature doesn't rush, so neither should we. We are still in spring. It's May here in the Northern Hemisphere in Scotland. It's the 12th of May today. So we only had our astrological new year on the 21st of March when the sun moved into Aries. So it's not even 2 months ago. And I think because more people have awakened to the real new year, whether you want to see that as when the sun moves into Aries or April Fool's Day, the 1st of April, is up to you. But I think because collectively the consciousness has shifted to understand that that is our new year, it's now making time feel really strange, because we have a new collective concept, understanding of time, real time, not the clock that we've been sold. Or the kind of conveyor belt of life that we've been sold to operate on, you know. So I just want to pull some cards today. I'm going to use my Oracle deck, and then I'm going to use my Shamanic deck, and we're just going to ask what's moving through the collective at this moment. I'm going to pull 3 cards. What is moving through the collective spirit? What do we need to know? There's like some cards that want to come out, and then it's like, oh, maybe not. One more. Nice. Okay. So our first card is the 3 of Cups. In this deck, it's called Rejoice in Celebration. Yeah, this is community. This is coming together. This is really, really like feeling who our people are. And from that sense of celebration, I also feel like more people are awakening to things like equinoxes, Sabbats, you know, like the Wheel of the Year. I went to Beltane, the Beltane Festival in Calton Hill for the first time, and it was incredible. The energy was insane. And there was so many different people there from all over the world. So many people who didn't have a clue what Beltane was, maybe still don't really understand it, but it doesn't matter. It's the fact that they were there, their presence was there, and we were all celebrating together this like ancient fire festival, which has been around for probably since the beginning of time, you know. Our ancestors rejoicing, coming back to the body as well, because we're in Taurus season, and Taurus really rules the body. Taurus is like the actualization of earth. So it's earth, you know, it's fixed earth in astrology. So it's earth in its full bloom, basically. It's trees, it's flowers, it's gardens, it's growth, it's abundance, it's blossoming, it's nourishing. So this is a time for us to nourish others and nourish ourselves, and to really feel into that giving and receiving energy, Venusian energy. So I really feel like the Three of Cups, it actually does give me Taurus energy, although it is from the cups, the water suit. Maybe Cancer energy a little bit as well. But yeah, this is a celebration of community and coming together. And yeah, what other projects or things are you getting involved in, or want to help people within your community, whether that's online or in person? Like, raising a glass to our achievements, because I also feel like there's a lot of like kind of micro groups operating in a beautiful heart-led community way, which is fighting the system, you know, of just like the system being very, you only get this once you get to this state or this part of your, you know, path, financial level, whatever. It's like, no, we can fight that. We can create our new systems, but we can't do it alone. Okay, then we have the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground. I also feel this, you know, like this is very much us like saying no to the things which aren't serving us, saying no to things that are unfair, especially as someone like living in the UK, the insanely rising costs of literally everything. Tax, obviously, in the UK is like one of like the highest in the world. It's insane. So I feel like there's going to be more revolt and revolution around all these sorts of things. We have to stand our ground. For people within my area, we have been fighting against giant pylons for about 3 years now, maybe longer. And my mum has been very involved in that kind of activism against that. And it's a hard journey, and it's really shown how much like these big companies, whatever, can just completely override everything that the local groups and communities and legislation are doing. So stand your ground, whether that means tying yourself to a goddamn tree because you don't want a pylon to replace it, then do that, you know. But I really feel like this energy, you know, this is like the sun, the moon, whatever the fuck this huge celestial planet is. It could be quite scary, but this person's like, no. Like, I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm not gonna give people access to me or my planet or my land that are undeserving of it, that aren't here to serve the greatest good. And then we have the universe, the world card. So yeah, the universe is all of us, right? Like, we're all affected, and this is always a card of completion and beginnings, you know. Like I think it can sometimes be a hard card to interpret if you think too hard into it, too far into it. But really, it's like everything is always moving, even if it doesn't feel like it is. And I feel like even like, you know, like the imagery of this card, it's like the universe is always there, it's always watching, your guides are always watching. Never forget that there's a force bigger than you, that there's forces bigger than you that guide you, unseen realms, unseen beings. They're always there. We just need to open our hearts and our minds enough to be able to receive and feel their guidance and their love. And I feel like that's something that we all are stepping more into this year. It's a lot of trust, it's a lot of surrender with this card as well. Recalibration as well. That's just a word that keeps coming back up, is recalibration. Okay, and then let's pull one card from the shamanic deck. Oh my god, that card keeps coming. Yeah, this is like the opposite of that card. Okay, so horned cactus, resourcefulness. This is such Capricorn energy to me, like really, really is. Yeah, the cacti, how much water it retains and holds within it, even like, you know, like within the driest of landscapes where there might seem to be no life. I just opened it at the right page. Remember your resourcefulness, remember your resilience, remember what you have access to, how that can help you grow. Okay, when nothing seems to be happening fast enough or your ideas have dried up, you begin to question your relevance. During these periods in life, you may feel like giving up, frustrated and resentful that success will never happen for you. The issue here, however, is a matter of perception. The horned cactus thrives in the barren desert scape, offering you the gift of water when all appears to be dry. If you look at its body, you see the natural thorns that protect it from predators and elements. What you don't see are the deep roots that extend far into the earth, filling it with a continuous flow of water. This succulent is a symbol of resilience, of resourcefulness, of your needs being met in spite of appearances to the contrary. It is a reminder of the courage and inherent wisdom needed to dig deep below the less than friendly surface that hides a rich underground world. Can you connect to this magical truth and trust? The desert is a mystical place filled with mysterious creatures, beautifully adapted to their environments. The horned cactus tells you to take heart. This journey is only temporary, and you will soon be met with greener pastures. But first, you must acknowledge your inner strength and fortitude as you're tested here. Be as the cactus, resilient and resourceful. I'm rocking because I'm tired. It's like a regulating thing I do. Okay. This is gorgeous. Like, this is what we need to hear right now, because yeah, we are a bit like cacti in the desert who appear to be doing nothing, who might appear to be a bit useless, other than like you just get stabbed by them and you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? What's going on? Like, it's that kind of energy. But yeah, there's a lot flowing through us, even if not much is changing on the surface. A lot of people might feel they're in this void space. I feel like this is a slow transition. I really feel like the whole summer, like the next 3 months, May, June, July, will be quite slow, because it's supposed to be. I feel like the universe is giving us time to recalibrate our energy and to really learn patience instead of just rushing to make the choice or booking the flight or switching to the next job or the next place or the next step of your business, like whatever it is for you. Instead of always wanting more, how can you be happy with what you have now? How can you be grateful for what you have now? And surrender and really let God, let the divine guide you to wherever it is you're supposed to be. That might not be a physical destination, you know, but a place within yourself, a state of mind, a state of being, a frequency. Yeah, it can feel uncomfortable because we're so used to fast. And if we're not fast and we're not productive, then we can think that something's wrong. But actually, it's just nature's way of showing us that before we were anything else, you know, we were created by this universe. We're all stardust. We're all of the earth and of the sky. So if we can remember that, how can we let these unseen forces help us, support us? And also the seen forces, your friends, your family, your community. Resourcefulness coming together to create, to collaborate, which will then, like, there'll be more projects of that in Gemini season towards the end of May. But just now we can enjoy Taurus season, which I freaking love. My descendants in Taurus, I love Taurus energy. So we have a new moon in Taurus on Saturday. There's also Mercury Cazimi, so the Mercury and the Sun will come together in Taurus, which is really beautiful. And yeah, I feel like we're gonna have realizations, but they're soft and they're slow. And a Taurus new moon is gorgeous because the moon is exalted in Taurus, so that just means that it's the happiest in Taurus. It works best in Taurus. You know, a Taurus new moon is soft, especially after the full moon in Scorpio, which was not soft. You know, it's its polar opposite. So now that we have this new moon in Taurus this weekend, what do you want to plan? It doesn't have to be the plan, but just your intention. Like, what do you want to experience, feel, create, learn, be in? You don't have to give it a exact structure yet, but just the frequency. Focus on the frequency that you want to be in. Set that intention. Okay, my loves, I hope that helps, and I hope that you enjoy the Taurus new moon.